Folks, we are currently inside the Bermuda Triangle. This guy right here represents the Bahamas. Get it? Because like it's all those star bits, the Luma. Because like it represents the islands. Because if you look at a map of the Bermuda Triangle, you know part of it goes to the Bahamas, the islands, and everything, and all those two parts. I mean, one goes like Puerto Rico, the other is kind of off to the side. And like because it's close to Bermuda, the actual island. Because that's why it's called Bermuda Triangle. And Luigi's currently in the middle. So now he's going to be cursed with death. What? No! Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to Super Mario Galaxy 2. And last time we started off World 4's green stars. We got all those green stars, and now we are going to finish off World 4 and collect the remaining green stars that remain. And yeah, if you guys have been enjoying the series thus far, make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, subscribe the YouTube membership, which is just, I mean, yeah, because it's a subscription, so yeah, subscribe to the YouTube membership as well. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So last episode I was kind of talking about like Nintendo and their kind of evolution with how they, I guess how they've been. Like they used to be really fun, now they're kind of corporate. I mean, they've always been corporate, but they were a lot more fun, and they were more connected with the fans. You know what I mean? So, which isn't really, like, the case anymore, unfortunately. That's not really anyone's... I mean, that's not really anybody's choice, per se, but... It's just not as fun. Or whatever, right? So, I don't know. That's just me. But, yeah. So, we're gonna get started with Starshine Beach Galaxy. And I do kind of want to Beach Galaxy, the sunshine level, fuck. Hey, Luigi's in sunshine, though. Luigi's in sunshine. I repeat, Luigi's in Mario Sunshine. Ooh. L is real, guys. L is real, but for Mario Sunshine. That's kind of funny, though. I mean, really, it is legit, like, oh, L is real. Luigi's in Mario Sunshine. Now, this was kind of weird, because, like, this is an open level, and I think the green stars, like, actually fit right at home here. Because, I mean, this is probably the most exploratory level in the whole game. As we've talked about, it's a really great level. Yeah, it's very, very fun, so... yeah, so... We got this is the closest we'll ever get to Luigi in Super Mario Sunshine. Like, officially. Which is... kind of interesting to think about. But yeah, so it's more open. We can kind of see as we kind of look here all the green stars, or at least two of them. You see one there, you see one here. I think they're all down here. Because again, I do look to make sure like where the green stars are, so I'm not like stuck for 1,000 years. But yeah, they're all like right next to each other over here. Right, I think. I noticed two over here. Yeah, I don't know how the heck we're supposed to get that one. But, there's, well, no, we can get the Bullberry. Or not the Bullberry, because that one's that's the one that, you know, shines, but... Actually, where was it? Wait, where was it? Wait. Sorry, I'm a little confused. Where was it? Okay, it was on the tree, my bad. Whoops. Let's go get that one. Again, I don't even know if it's gonna be in the right order. Also, apparently you can do this. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know you could do that. Blue Yoshi's a chipmunk, everybody. I told you all he was. I mean, he really was. Alright, we might have just fucked it up, by the way. Okay, I think we just fucked it up. No, just get this again and not screw it up. But anyways, I do kind of want to talk about Nintendo's E3s, which I think is kind of an interesting thing to kind of talk about. No! Fuck! Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them have been really good, a lot of them have been really bad. But what are some of my favorites? I think, E3 2014 was pretty epic. Because again, the skits they did, as we talked about last episode. E3 2017 was really good. E3 2018 was good. The Nintendo Direct in September that year was really good, actually. And the 2019 Direct was pretty good. Those were the ones that I actually, like, have... Like, I was there when they came out. Like, I actually paid attention and was, like, excited when those were going on. Again, I was there when that was happening. So, you know, it was pretty, like, exciting for me. Because, like, I was there. Like, I remember being really hyped for E3 2019 and whatever. But, no, that was just some pretty good E3s. I remember when they announced Banjo for Smash at E3 2019. That was a pretty big announcement, considering, like, Banjo-Kazooie, you know, that was a franchise that started on Nintendo 64, right? Big deal. And, obviously Rare got bought out by Microsoft, and they kind of did nothing with Rare, to be honest. I mean, they didn't do nothing. They made Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, if anybody remembers that one. But, which they actually do reference, Donkey Kong in that game. I forgot in what capacity. But they do actually reference Donkey Kong in that game, which makes sense because, you know, DK Country and, you know, Banjo were made by Rare, so it just makes sense, you know. But yeah, that was really cool. But yeah, E3 2017 was big because, like, Mario Odyssey and just, you know, that era where, oh god, I don't know. We might have to go to the top of this planet right here to grab this Screen Star. I don't know if there's a way to... I'm not really sure how we're going to get this, to be honest. But yeah. And then older E3s. E3 2013, E3 2012, 2011 are very interesting because that was like the early Wii U. And it was kind of questionable, to be honest. E3 2011 was kind of a mess. For a number of reasons. The main reason being, you know, the announcement of the Wii U. They didn't really do a good job at it, to be honest. They could have done a much better job, but they didn't. Right? Like, I don't know what they were thinking, because they were calling, oh, it's the new controller. It's the new controller. Okay, but like, so it's a Wii accessory. No, it's a new console. Like, it was just so bad. Yeah, how the shit are we gonna get this? I gotta figure out how to get this. How to get this. Aren't you watching a video? Well, I didn't get to that part, okay? But no, like, it was like, oh, it's the new controller. It was bad. It was bad. Oh, dude, I could have had enough momentum to get that. Could you imagine? That would have been amazing. I don't know if I have to, like, go inside the thing and, like, do it the normal way. I don't remember, to be honest. Like, if that's what you want to do. I'm not gonna lie. Let me in! Let me in! Let me in! Wasn't it open in the next, oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Just go this way. 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 Calm metal. I don't know why I'm going this way. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I don't know what I'm doing. I really do want to try and get it with, Yoshi, because I think you might... I feel like if you had Cloud Mario in this mission, you could definitely do it. Problem is, we don't have Cloud Mario. That's kind of the thing about this. So I think we have to collect all the... I don't actually remember Can we use Yoshi to get this one? Okay, we can't. I really overcomplicated that. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, E3 2011 was kind of a shit show in that regard. Obviously, you had the launch of the 3DS then as well, and that was a disaster because they didn't really have any big new games for the 3DS. They showed a lot of 3DS games in E3 2011, so it gave some hope for the 3DS. They're like, oh, there's actual games coming. Mario Kart 7, 3D Land, you know, being the big examples, of course. Those are the games that saved the system. But yeah, E3 2011, yeah, they could have better, like, communicated that this was a new console. And it was bad because, like, they showed, like, them playing News from Mario's Wii on the Wii U. It looked just like the normal game on the Wii, just in HD. Like, of course people are going to think, oh, this is just an add-on. I don't blame these people. Because literally, it is. When you look at it face value, it is with how they announced it. By E3 2012, you know, they're like, oh yeah, this is a new console. This is a new console. E3 2012 was definitely, I think they marketed the Wii U better because, you know, obviously it was coming out that year, and we had a whole year to kind of speculate, like, of like trying to figure out what the hell the Wii U was. I mean, still nobody knew what the Wii U was, but you know, I mean, better than nothing, right? That E3 was pretty interesting. I actually watched a Wii U Direct, or I guess a Wii U press conference that Reggie hosted, a couple months after E3. It was a very awkward presentation. I'm not gonna lie, Reggie seemed really awkward, and then the guy was showing off Nintendo TV. Remember Nintendo TV? Yeah. Remember Nintendo TV? Yeah, how many of you guys remember Nintendo TV? Well, I mean, I sure don't. I never used Nintendo TV, but that was like what they were showing off. And it was discontinued pretty early on in the Wii U's lifespan, I think. I didn't even get Nintendo TV connected until, what the yo, hello? Camera? What the, okay, really? Are we, like, really doing this right now? What the hell is going on? Camera? What is going on? I literally... Okay, I don't know how you get this to happen. What the... I somehow made it out of there alive. I somehow made it out of there alive. Okay. I'm a little shocked I made my way out of that, because the camera was straight up broken. I didn't know where I was going. But, yeah, and then E3 2013, they showed, like, games like Mario Kart 8 for the first time, 3D World for the first time. That E3 2013 was, again, very weird. Very, very weird. Because, oh god. Let's get a lily pad. But, it was very weird because, the games they showed off, like, they didn't seem that great. 3D World being the prime example. And, like, I love 3D World. I did an entire Let's Play of that on my channel with Micah. As you guys, might know, I did a Let's Play of that back in 2024. That LP in itself is just a crazy thing to talk about. But, with how that was kind of in development of that Let's Play, it was kind of a shit show in certain aspects. But 3D World at E3 2013 was... Oof, it was rough. It looked like a very basic game. Very, very basic Mario game, like 3D Land. People were not impressed. A lot of people were super worried about 3D World. See you guys on the next Galaxy! Shopworks Galaxy! Here we go! But, yeah, 3D World, The way they presented it just showed it to be a very basic Mario game, right? Like the new Super Mario Bros. Games, 3D Land, it just kind of kept up with that trend of Mario back then, where Mario was pretty basic and just didn't do a lot of crazy things in its world building, right? Compared to, I would say the first majority of the Wii era and then before. Because the Wii era Mario games had a lot of character and personality that carried over from the GameCube games. The Galaxy games, for example, as we're playing, a lot of the sports games, being prime examples. The only one really that kind of fits that moniker is New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but even like that game's really good, right? Okay, this green star might be a pain in the ass. But, yeah, it just looked very basic. And people were not very hyped about it. But then more trailers started coming out for the game after E3 2013, and then the game came out. And people were very happy with 3D World. And, I was very excited for 3D World as a kid. I remember getting the game, not super long after its release. I think it was like sometime in 2014. I got 3D World, and I absolutely loved it. I remember just really wanting to get the game, and I got it, and I loved it. So, and I still love it to this day, because I did a Let's Play of it last year. I did a retrospective on the game. Love it. But, yeah, when it came out, it was praised very heavily. People loved it. But, yeah, at E3 2013, they did a pretty piss-poor job showing it off. And then at E3 2013, they also showed off Mario Kart 8 for the first time. I believe it was the first time. Yeah. And, it's crazy because you look at that trailer and like, holy shit, this is going to be Mario Kart for the next, like, 12 years, right? Like, it's kind of crazy to think about because Mario Kart 8 was a brand new Mario Kart for about 11 years, right? And just it lasting as long as we did. None of us anticipated that. None of us thought Mario Kart 8 was going to be the Mario Kart game for 10 plus years. I certainly didn't. But obviously, with 8 Deluxe being a thing, it kind of made it inevitable that was going to happen. Whoa, but wait, we did get the Booster Course Pass at least. But, I was a day 1 Mario Kart 8 player. Okay, not day 1, more like day 16 or something. I got it about like 2 or 3 weeks after the game came out for my birthday. And I loved it. But looking back at it, my god, Mario Kart 8 just seems so basic compared to what it ended up being, in 8 Deluxe. Right? Like, that's what's really kind of satisfying about that game. Is just like looking at it before the Wii U DLC and before the Booster Course Pass and before all the 8 Deluxe stuff. Mario Kart on the Wii U was pretty bare bones. Its battle mode was obviously pretty shit. At least it was elimination based. Like if you lose all your balloons, you technically die. So I do like that. I will give it that. And then Green Star. Obviously, it didn't have all the new characters, all the new courses, the new items in 8 Deluxe. AK just literally the Boo and the Feather in battle mode. Obviously, the up-to-date battle mode. 200cc wasn't a thing yet. The Mercedes-Benz vehicles weren't there yet. Again, it was missing a lot compared to what it would finally be on the Switch. About a decade later. It's crazy. And seeing that basic Mario Kart 8 at E3 2013, that original Mario Kart 8, before it even came out, when it was being worked on, is so crazy. Like, you can spot, like, differences in animation. Like Donkey Kong, the way he rides a bike is a little bit different. The way he looks, I feel like his muscles look a little bit different. Hopping is a little bit different. I feel like you definitely, like, hop more in that original version of the game. I don't know if it makes any sense. Like the hops were a lot more like noticeable. They're more like substantial kind of hops. Again, I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, that was like a big main difference. But yeah, there was Mario Kart 8. I'm pretty sure E3 2013 did announce Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. No, yeah, it did. That was E3 that announced it. And then E3 2014 went, like, even crazier with, it went even crazier with Smash Wii U, of course, because that was, you know, the year. Smash Wii U and 3DS. And I remember that E3, they announced, Villager for Smash. And that was really awesome. Again, I'm not an Animal Crossing guy, but, you know, it was cool. I think Animal Crossing definitely should have representation in Smash. It is a big Nintendo franchise, especially today when, you know, casuals, you know, everybody. Hey, Pac-Man! Hey! I know this is a chain shot, but, dude, it was Pac-Man. It was literally Pac-Man. That was legit Pac-Man. You know, everybody and their grandma just lined up to get the Animal Crossing bundle for Switch. It was the Wii all over again. It was the Wii all over again. Oh god, this is gonna be painful. Okay. But yeah, Mario Kart 8 back then. Crazy. Smash Wii U. I believe they also announced Mega Man at E3 2013. I think. It's right there. Oh my god. Yeah, E3 2013. No! This is gonna be a really hard green star to get. And, they also showed off Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which, again, I talked about. Really great game. But, people were not too happy about it. They were hoping that Retro Studios was working on a new, Metroid Prime game, Metroid Prime 4, which, you know, we're now actually getting with the Switch 2. Samus now rides a motorcycle. Why is Nintendo putting a motorcycle in every game? First was Breath of the Wild, and here we go with Metroid Prime. Wow. Wow. But you couldn't have just left it at Wario having a motorcycle. Come on. Let's go. But yeah, yeah, people thought Retro Studios was working on, who were, by the way, the guys who made Donkey Kong Country Returns and the Metroid Prime games. They were thinking that their new game they were working on was a new Metroid Prime. It was Tropical Freeze. People weren't too happy about it. The game came out, people loved it, but it didn't really leave much of an impact. You know, because I don't know. It just kind of came and went. See you guys on the next galaxy. Bowser's Gravity Gauntlet. Yeah, we're already basically done with World 4. Green stars. Wow. But yeah, Tropical Freeze didn't really leave much of an impact. It just kind of came and went. It was originally supposed to come out in 2013, but nope. Nope, that was not the case. We've been talking about a lot of 2010 E3s. Well, what about previous E3s? E3 2009 was a pretty cool one, because that was the E3 they announced Super Mario Galaxy 2. And back then, its logo wasn't done yet. The game was, it looked a lot different. It really did. It used a lot of Galaxy 1 backgrounds and assets, which, I mean, of course, this game also, I mean, reuses all those assets, but it also has new ones. But, it was a lot more apparent in that version of Galaxy 2 they showed off. My god, I cannot talk. And, yeah, very fascinating to see. And, yeah, very, very cool. The trailer was awesome. If it was me back then who played Galaxy, I would have been so damn excited, but I was 3 years old. So I didn't really know that was going on, so, but trust me, if I was my age now, back then, I would have been freaking excited as hell. They also announced Mario Bros. Wii in 2009. They showed off the 4 players. It also looked different. I did a retrospective on that game too, kind of talking about that. So go check that out if you have not. And E3 2008 again was kind of a shit show, like we talked about. The shit show E3 2007. That was the one that had Reggie say, "My body is ready" with Wii Fit. They showed Mario Galaxy, of course, the first one, E3 2007. So pretty big deal. They showed Mario Kart Wii at E3 2007, which I also made a retrospective on. Go check it out. And with Galaxy 1. That was a little outdated, though. But still, go check it out. And then, I think they showed Smash Brawl. I don't... No, yeah, they definitely... No, yeah, they did show Smash Brawl. And I think that's when they announced Sonic was coming to Smash Brawl. So that was pretty epic. E3 2000, Oh, and Solid Snake. Solid Snake and Sonic. Like, that was hype, because they were the first third-party characters in Smash. And then E3 2006, that was all about the Wii. Twilight Princess was pretty heavily shown off. So that was a pretty big deal E3 for, you know, showing off the Wii. And I think it did a pretty good job, actually. And then, obviously, the GameCube E3s were, again, that was when they were kind of boring and edgy in a way, too. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, we're dead. We're dead. We're not dead. Okay, we're not dead. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. I was trying to long jump, but it didn't let me. Okay, cool. Damn it! That's fun. But, the E3s that I know a lot about during the GameCube era are 2004, 2002, 2001, because 2001 was GameCube. They showed off Luigi's Mansion, Smash Melee, and, that was a pretty big deal. They showed Sunshine off for the first time in 2001. I can't remember if that was Space World or E3 2001. And obviously Wind Waker. Now, Wind Waker, again, I've been working on a massive retrospective for it. I know all about that. Trust me. About Wind Waker. And, you know, people were fucking pissed when they saw Wind Waker in E3 2001 and, you know, 2002. They're like, fuck Wind Waker, man. You know, Space World. And, you know, it was also known as Space World 2001. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. E3 2004 was a pretty crazy one because that's when Reggie was first, you know, made his big like debut and said, "My name is Reggie. I kick ass. I take names, and we're about making games." Insane, absolute cinema, and they were talking a lot about the DS. So, yeah, there's a little fun history of Nintendo E3s, I guess. We could go into the 90s. During the inception of E3, but, you know, that was very different. But, you also had Space World. Space World was kind of like E3 in a way, sort of. I like the name, too, Space World. Space World. I like that. Hey, Space World, 2000, I believe. That was when they showed off Mario 128, which was never actually finalized to become an actual game. But a lot of its concepts would be part of other games. And the biggest game, I would say, would be the Mario Galaxy games. So, because in that demo, they were showing Mario walking on, like, crazy platforms, kind of like how in Galaxy we're walking on the planets, and with all the characters on screen, and just all, you know, the terrain, how that worked. That made way for Galaxy. So, kind of crazy. But, yeah, that's gonna be it of this episode of Super Mario Galaxy 2, and look at that! World 4, it is done. Woo! World 1, 2, 3, and 4 are done. Wow. That's amazing. But, yeah, pretty cool. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys on the next episode, where we head into World 5 and take on the Green Stars there. See you guys on the next one. See ya.